I want to show my cane that we grow in the desert, and it's putting out some seed leaves up there. It does that every year if we get rain, but if we don't, it won't do it. But I put the cane here, me and Bill, when we first moved here, because the road is dusty, and every time somebody come by, if we're sitting in the yard or up on our porch, that dust would come right up to us, and people wouldn't slow down, and so they made a big old dust cloud. And that's why we first put cane in. This was our first row that we did, and then over here is our second row. And this has been struggling, this row has been struggling for a few years because of lack of rain. But now we got rain, and this is the first time it's starting to make seed heads on it. And the snakes do like it, and I send the guineas in there. I think they kind of disturb the guinea snakes, but I hadn't had none in it lately. They all been at the food forest pretty well. But anyway, I just want to talk about my cane. We do so much with it, but it breaks the wind. It makes a microclimate inside this front yard in the summer or in the winter, and it keeps the front yard warmer. And Bill chops the cane down for the horses, and we try to not let it grow too wild. We try to keep it pushed back somewhat. I don't want to push it back too far because I do like it being a windbreak. It helps that so much. Slow that wind down. After the front yard, we decide put the windbreak here because of the road and privacy and wind. So it's growing leaves also. Across the road is where we got the cane. There used to be a lot of cane over there, and there's a hay farmer up the road. He broke the levee of the creek and decided he could use that water to water his fields. But the creek water floods like crazy. It comes from the mountains. If you get a big storm up there, just a ton of water that comes. So it was flooding his field so hard it started making ditches. And he quit farming it because of that, and he just ruined all this land out here because he had the bright idea to use that creek. You can use the creek if it's somehow you can control it, but he just broke it and let nature take its course, and it just tore up the land. It used to be a real nice forest over there. I had trails, animals was going over there. It was just beautiful. You couldn't imagine how pretty it was, but it did have a lot of cane in it. There's some of that leftover cane right there. It was above the ground, but with these floods, it collapsed. It wasn't that much, but it was a little bit. So the ground collapsed, and the cane regrew from that. But it used to be a whole bunch out there. That's where we went and got it. So we dug a trench and threw all the green cane in that trench, and we had it lowered, threw dirt on top of it, and that way we could just lay a hose and flood the trench. That was the easiest way. You can dig up a root system and plant it like that, but we planted the cane long ways. When you throw a bunch of cane long ways, it comes up on these little knobs here and pops it right up. So you get a whole line of brand new cane coming up, and it was a lot faster. The first year they get about 3-4 foot tall, and then the second year they get a lot. But now we got the flood water where it comes into the cane, and we don't have to water it no more because the flood water will water it good. So Bill has it where we catch the desert water instead of letting it just roll off and go into the desert. He catches it back there and sends it all the way down here, and it waters the pine trees, some of the driveway because we've got Bermuda we planted, but it turns and it floods the cane, and then it comes out, and then it goes on out to the road and down and then over to the ditch. It's a real good system. The dry cane, we use it for all different kinds of stuff, fence work, and I was wanting to make a little fence here with cane because of that morning sun, and I've got chicks in there, but we use it for kindling. It's real great for kindling. It's kind of multi-purpose plant. This is some cane I put in the backyard. I liked it up there, kind of stop the wind a little. I need to put a little bit extra on there and fix it back up. Got a lot of cleaning back here. But anyway, it's just a great plant to have, that cane. When we made this first food forest right here, we put some cane back here because that wind was just tearing up the food forest. And you get hot, dry wind in the summer, it's just hard on your plants. So this cane is leafing out good at the top, but it's been a great windbreaker. And it gives out in the evening when it's super hot. It throws shade over here and cools my food forest down. With the rain coming in this year, the cane has just grown greatly. But Bill chops it and gives it to the horses because the cane is a grass. He said he thinks it come from New Zealand a long time ago. They brought it over here for erosion, to help erosion. Some people hate it, some like it, but we use it for so much different stuff. And so he'll chop it down. He's got a lot he works on, and then it pops back up. And we only keep it back so far because we need that windbreak and shade to hit this food forest. It's a great plant. I really like it. Bill's been working on this side, trimming it back to the fence. This is like a little driveway. We bring in leaves, so we don't want it take the cane take it over. If you could put cane in a spot where it can go either direction wide, it'll make a good windbreak. But we love that pretty seed pods up there. And in the winter, some kind of blackbirds will come by and eat on it. So it is a food source for birds. But even right now, the morning sun is making shade over here in this food forest. So in the summer, it relieves a lot of your heat off your plants. But we do love it. I think it's wonderful to have. And I think some people hate it, but it will grow out wide on its own. And we had it here probably 20 years now, because when we first moved into this place, we had to stop that dust coming in the yard. But anyway, we use it up for fence, kindling, and horse food. I'm sure if you had goats, the goats would love it. Bill's cutting some cane. He's getting this a little bit wider. I need to come through here because I got some neat cactus under this brush. A lot of that is mesquite, in bird paradise plants, and I want to get it out because of my cactus. The flower on them are so pretty in the spring. But he's working on that cane today, and gonna feed the horses some of it later. This is why I use the cane also for tomato sticks, and I make some white fly traps with the cane, paint it yellow. But the taller they get, the taller cane I'll get, and tie up the stuff. But it's great having that cane for different projects. We always call this just cane, and some people might call it bamboo, but it's not real. The stalks don't get real big on it, so we just call it cane. We're from Oklahoma, and that's what they call it in Oklahoma, cane. I don't know if it has any kind of name. I always think of it, the dinosaurs go through there eating it. It looks like a plant from the dinosaurs' times. But anyway, thanks for coming by. Talk to you later. Bye.